I'm here to do my Super Junior 10th anniversary video where I ask you to ask me questions like a Q&A, but only related to Super Junior and me, so those kind of things. And I did get questions from 8 people and there are 10 questions, so it works. I didn't write the script, I just printed the questions and thought what I would reply to them normally, so yeah. Oh, I'm nervous, so happy anniversary! Oh my god, 10 years! 10 years! And I've been a fan for almost 4 years. Well, when you see this on the 6th, then tomorrow. So on the 7th, it's my anniversary as an elf, so it's a day after their anniversary. Yes, I remember the day exactly and I'm really happy I do. Maybe I'm not gonna read names, so I won't mess them up, but like the comment is inserted there in the video. First question: if you were to get rid of your posters on your wall except for one, which one would you keep? Well, I can still keep them, right? Just rolled up, they just won't be on my wall, okay? Like, if it's the case, then probably I would keep my Sorry Sorry Bee poster, which you are not able to see because it's over this, the legs, and the Sexy Friend Single Bee, so like over those. The long one. That's probably my favorite, but I also really love the Super Show posters, they are right there, and the 2 Don Don ones. So that's one of those, but I love my posters, so I would prefer to, yeah, just keep them, but if I have to pick one, it's the B one of Sorry Sorry. And she also asked another question: which is your favorite song from Q's new album? And I just listened to it right before filming this. And well, they are all ballads, so what I first thought was A Million Pieces was a really good choice for a title track. I felt like that's one of the best songs really on the album. But what, I don't know, it just caught my interest. I would say it's Wind, Param, and it's, I think, not the last but the one before song, but yeah, but it's Param, Wind. I think that was the most special and it stood out to me because of that, but they are all nice songs, they are really nice, so it wasn't really easy to pick, but And the next person: if all the members of Super Junior were on Hello Baby, how do you think each member would take responsibility for the baby, and which members do you think would be the most fatherly? Well, the first thought that probably every elf has is Donghae, because he's the one who keeps talking about babies and he hunts down babies so he can be with them and be cute around them and like, babies! That's pretty much how his brain works when he sees a baby. So, but also I'm not really sure if he would be really all that interested in the baby for a long term. I don't know, his personality can be a bit like that, like, where are his dogs? He always introduces them as his dogs, but I'm pretty sure those Maltese puppies are actually his mom's, because, yeah. I think that Ituk would do really well because, well, he was already on Hello Baby. Sungmin definitely. I can imagine Rock being a bit awkward around babies, but probably all of them would be like cute daddies to the baby. I don't know. Yes, some would be awkward, but probably all of them would try to get his or her attention at least a bit. And if it's a bit older baby and like a pretty girl, they would all the time compliment her, like how beautiful she is and how pretty she is, I know. And they would play a lot with them, or her, him. I assume they would get one baby. I really prefer those Hello Babies when there is only one baby. I don't know. Probably I would say Sungmin, because I think he's the one who thinks even more about having a baby soon. So yeah, he would be a good father, I feel like it. Kangin would be a bit tough one. Like, oh no, he melts when he's around babies, especially baby girls. Oh no, Kangin would be so soft. Oh, yeah. It would be interesting to watch Siwon as well. Okay, next question. if you were to see SJ someday in the future in your country, here, just walking around or eating at a restaurant without many fans near them, would you A. follow them, B. just watch them from afar, C. try to talk to them, get autograph, B. leave them be, E. other? It's more like a combination of them. Probably if they would be walking, I would be just like, wait, what are they doing here? And for a short while, a really short while, I would follow them probably just because I'm curious, but wouldn't be like for an hour. And like I just can imagine what part of the city they would be at, and I wouldn't just like, I don't know, like no, I probably wouldn't follow them for long, but maybe for a while, because I think everyone would in a way. But I would watch them from afar probably. I wish I could talk to them, but knowing myself in situation like this, probably I wouldn't be able to make myself. It would be just a huge accomplishment to just say hi to them. I would make sure at least to say hi. Like they would be like, oh, someone knows us here, and I would want to be that person to be like, I say hi to them. So in a way I have to try and talk to them, but it can be just a hello, it's okay. And probably I wouldn't bother them for long, so in a way it's all the 4 answers, but in different. So I wouldn't follow them for long and just say hi probably, but also watch them from afar, but that's also creepy. Then next question: has your mindset changed towards Super Junior from when you started to like them, so compared to now? Of course it did, it changed a lot. Now it's like, oh, I just love all of you, I care about all of you, I love all of you. Donghae is my bias because I got used to him being my bias. Okay, it's a bit more complicated than that, but like I love all of the members so much. And in the beginning I had a bias list more, and Donghae was really more above the other members. So even after a year I became a fan. So it does change gradually, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, I don't think. I think it's normal that you change until you still stay loyal to them and wouldn't change them from some new something, but like you can like others as well. I don't think that's a bad thing. So it did change, but I can't really explain how. Probably the biggest change is how I care even more about the members who I used to not care as much about. I still liked everyone, but like now it's pretty equal. It's just, I just generally care about all of them. Like that's how I could explain it. So yes, Donghae is my bias, but like, for example, if there was any member who came to my country and it would be only one, yes, in best case scenario probably it would be Donghae, but I can also imagine being more happy for Ituk, for example. I don't know, I would be just extremely happy if any randomly came to my city. So it's not like, I think that's how my mindset changed about Super Junior. Yeah, and I'm just like happy when I look at any of them, and happy when I look at them together. And that's what makes me the most happy, when all of them are together. And she also asked another question. And who do you think, just your own opinion, will get married next? I don't know. I could imagine Shivan, probably. Definitely not Ryovok or Kihyun. I can't imagine them next. Yeah, probably. And neither Ituk. I mean, I can imagine Ituk getting married, but probably not at one of the first members. Even though I feel like he would have wanted to do that, but he can't be first anymore. So, I don't know, I'm just saying Shivan because I can imagine that. But like, I can imagine all of them getting married. And who knows, Hicho might be already married to Gunhee. Probably not, but like, who knows? Next question. How long do you think will SuJu stick together as an idol group? Or do you think that they are getting too old for being an idol, king of K-pop? Definitely not too old, because look at Shinhwa and they are just hotter than ever, and Super Junior also gets better and better looking, and their vocals are keep improving, and they are like getting more and more amazing every single day. Dancing, I don't know. Donghae was so good, like all of them was so in sync, like they did that really well. It was obvious that they all enjoyed the song very much, so yeah, but it gets harder to dance their older songs, I can imagine. I can imagine another 10 years actually. They better be, because I want to be a fan for more than half of their career, way more, so they have to. And yeah, I can imagine another 10 years, but even more. Like I can imagine that it's not yearly comebacks, but eventually like every 3 years they would just release an album or something. Like I can just imagine that even around 40 and a bit more, so like yeah, probably. And it's like they're not getting too old to be idols, because forever they are going to be the funniest, so like there's no other group like them. I'm just so biased and I just love them so much. Next, how will you keep your SuJu stuff when you get married later on? Will you make a room like a mini library for them? Because I know you have a lot, like a lot. Like a lot. Definitely I have a lot. If I have a big enough bedroom, even if I have my husband there, I would keep tons of bookshelves there. Yeah, probably. No, for posters you can't just do that. Like, probably I would make an SJ library then. You know, just a couple days ago I saw a guy on YouTube who collects dolls, like any kind of dolls, and his mother is a huge collector, and obviously like she's a mom and she has like many Barbies, and like in the bedroom there is like a wall full of Barbie boxes with Barbies in them. So like it doesn't mean that when you're married that they have to go out of your room, right? Maybe probably I would have a separate room, but I would prefer to have some more special things in my room. Like I would say that, or just get a cat and never get married. So yeah, that's also an option. So yeah, it's like I think about it, but I also like it's gonna happen some way. I just know that I want to keep them stored prettily and not in a box, so that's what I know. Next question. Do you think the army changes them? I think it will in a way, but probably they would be a tiny bit more mature. Not really, but because their main personality can't really change. And like Hichel is still crazy as ever, but I do see changes in them, those who already came back from the army. So it does change them in a way, but it's more like they really have to grow up. So somehow I think that a marriage would change them more than just 2 years of army. Like, you know, we'll have to see on some mini. Yeah, like, you can say that it won't change them, but like their main personality, their characteristic, those just can't change, so don't worry about that. And the last question, what do you think makes Donghae so special? You have chosen from among 13 people to be your bias. Probably because he was just so quiet at most things I watched, and the little things he does are like so bit random and a bit childish. Like I watched older stuff with them obviously when I got into them, because that's what my friend showed me, because she had been a fan longer, so she showed me the stuff that she also saw as older stuff. So probably that, like he just stood out with the fact that he was not in your face. I guess I just like that. And I remember really liking his live when I watched it in Mr. Simple, and yeah, his and Sungmin's, I was like, oh wow, that part is good. I don't know, I was just like barely into them, so it's like I don't know, I don't even know how he became my bias. It's just like one of my friends is really Siwon biased, and Kangtuk as well, and Eunhyuk was kinda her like fourth bias, and my other friend was Hangeng, and the rest who is not my other friends, but like Hangeng and probably Sungmin a bit more than the rest, so I couldn't really pick from all the members in a way. And you know, like Kpop was already not in the group officially, or like how do you say it, so it wasn't really that many I could pick from, I guess. Yeah, it just somehow became Donghae. Probably part of it, like without realizing, it also was because he lost his father, and my dad also lost his father. And you know, they say that a girl looks for a boyfriend or husband just like her father, so I was like, yeah, probably it has to be there. I don't know, just like he's not really more special than the rest, because all of them are just special in their own ways. So it's just, I don't know, he picked me. I don't know, I just couldn't stop myself. I was like, oh yeah, he's a popular one, but like I just really like him. And then I ended up liking him the most, I guess. And these days, when I see him do little things that I always loved about him, which is basically every single action he does, but now I just like, oh yeah, that's why you're my bias. But then again, another Super Junior member does something like why I love them, and I was like, oh, I love you so much for that. So it's not really that, but like I can never imagine myself changing my bias. But I also know that in a way he's also my bias because I just got used to it, and he has always been my bias. And that's just one of the reasons, of course. Like, of course he's super talented, and like the fact that how he never changed after debut, like he just really stayed true to himself, and he's not like a typical, like he doesn't act like a celebrity in a way. So like those things that I all love about him, it's just that I just love all of them. So, and I see all of them why they are special, and I see their mistakes, and I'm like, why did you do that? No, they are gonna hate on you. I hate you. Why did you do that? That's things that I feel sometimes, but it's also what's make them them. So just love everyone. But really, like really, I just learned to appreciate every single one of them, and even the short time that Kpop and Hangang, well, Hangang was there longer, but you know, compared to all the 10 years now, it's shorter time. I just appreciate all the time that they spent with them. And like Chomi and Henry are just so amazing. Like I never for a single second stopped appreciating them, and I really think they should be considered members, but SM is just too weak to actually realize that they could do this, especially next year. They could use the excuse that we don't have enough members to make a comeback. Do you want a comeback or not? You want a comeback? Then you deal with these two in the group. It would be that simple, but it's still not done. So before it gets even longer and I drag it too much out, so I just love all of them. But in a way Donghae is special, but in another way he's not more special than the rest, I would say, because everyone is special in their own way. And what I really love about Super Junior, that it's literally 15 totally different personalities in one, and their teamwork is just amazing. They might be not the best of best friends, I know that that's pretty impossible, that's such a big number, but I know that there are best friends in the group, and those obviously who get on well better than with the rest of the members, so that's totally fine. But that they genuinely try and understand each other, and they know that they need each other, is like what amazes me. So I would just rather like all than just one member. So yeah. Happy anniversary! Oh, 10 years! Oh my god, you know how long that is? Like, that's almost like half my life. No, it's a bit less because I was 11 when they debuted, 11 and a half, so it's like I still have, next year they will be 11. Around next year it will be half my life that they existed, kind of. So yeah, that will be nice, and I'm really looking forward to their 12th anniversary, not only because by the time Donghae is also back, but from their 12th anniversary I can count that halfway. In their entire career I've been there from like at least half. Yeah, okay. So thanks for watching. Bye!